Hey, what's up guys? This is John with Maniacs Garage. Welcome back to another episode. In this episode, I am going to try to install a brake controller on my 3rd gen 2020 Toyota Tacoma. Check it out. Picked this unit up from Amazon. It was an open box item, which just means that still isn't a box, but the box is damaged. All here looks like it's never been installed. You can actually get a savings on it. I honestly don't remember what I paid for it, but I'll go ahead and put it in the description below. I also bought the factory wire, or the wiring harness that you need with it, so that you can plug it in and you can do kind of a plug and play. You don't have to cut anything up on the truck. So I'm really looking forward to doing this because we just got the gears, the nitro gears, broken in on this truck. There is going to be a video on that. So now with my 33s, with the proper nitro gears, which I'm running the 529s, I really like how this truck is driving, and now it's time to put the brake controller on so that I can feel comfortable when I'm towing this trailer with the 49 on it and whatever else, you know, life throws at me. So let's get going on this install. But before we get into that, let's thank today's sponsor. Today's sponsor is Mkw Alloys. Mkw Alloys was founded in June of 1995, originally exporting wheels from the US to Asia. However, October 1998, the company introduced its line of wheels to the US market, firmly establishing itself as the market leader within the large diameter chrome marketplace, an innovator in the ultra big diameter SUV market. MKW was the first to launch a 26-inch wheel in 2004. They include lines like MKW wheels. They include lines such as MKW wheels, which focuses more on the off-road segment, Hostile wheels, which revolves around the aggressive off-road lifestyle, the large truck wheels, which is what we're running on our 49 Ford, which is what we're running on our 49 Ford body swap BMW. Hostile wheels, Maniacs, you can actually find it on their website. Lastly, RSR is an upscale line with bolt patterns that will fit Audi, Mercedes, VW, BMW, Ferrari, Lamborghini, and more. Make sure you guys check out the full lineup at hostilewheels.com. Well, let's get back to the video. All right, first things first, I want to make sure that it's all here. So this is actually the unit itself. There's a couple of ways of installing this. They tell you to install it under the dash. Honestly, I don't think I'm gonna do that. It's already got some clearance issues getting in and out with my knee, and I'm not even that, you know, tall of a guy, but I'm definitely not gonna install it under the dash on the left side right there. Getting in and out is just gonna be, I think, ridiculous. So I'm gonna try to figure out a different location for it. I may need to actually extend these wires, but looks like actually I did not need to buy the additional harness because looks to me like it already came with it right here. Yep, looks like I did not need this harness because that's the same thing right there. So actually, oh wait, I'll take that back. This is what came with it, which is you got to cut it in, so this is more of a universal fit. However, this is the harness that I bought separately. I just already plugged it in here. So now I'm going to be able to plug this in. Apparently under the dash on the Tacoma there is a plug somewhere because the truck's already pre-wired for trailer brakes, which is really cool because I really didn't want to have to get under it and try to figure out how to run wires all the way to the back. So looks like all I'm going to have to do is plug this in. It's going to pick up power, ground. Well, it looks like it does need an additional ground here, so theoretically that's all I need to connect. So let's see. And then you also have the emergency braking right here, so if you need to hit the brakes on the trailer without actually hitting it on the truck, you could turn up how much braking you want to apply to the trailer depending on if the trailer's empty or if it's loaded. So well, let's get going. I'm going to start kind of putting this thing into the truck. Oh, look at this bug. What is this thing? That is crazy looking. That was a pretty lame flick. I didn't actually flick it, but the wind blew it away. All right, well, I'm gonna go try to fit this thing in, just kind of set it up in there in the dash and kind of see where it might actually fit. I don't think I need to get to anything else on this thing except the bottom of it and the face of it. So let's go. So this is where they tell you to mount it, down here. Honestly, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if this is gonna be in the way of my knee. If I mount it here, then my harness would be long enough and I don't have to do any custom cutting on it. If I mount it somewhere else, not sure where that would be, maybe here. I don't really want it out of the way and I don't want it to look like there's something additional added to the truck. I was even thinking possibly putting it under here. Really takes away from the cubby right there. I don't like that idea. Definitely not gonna be able to go here for clearance. All right, well, let me think about it a little bit. Well, after trying it at a few different places, I'm still not convinced where I'm gonna put it. So I gotta keep thinking about this a little bit more. I wanna see if I can maybe do a cut in right here and I can slide it in maybe at least halfway and then I can kind of get out of my way. So that's what I'm leaning towards at this point. Okay, so what I just did right there on that time lapse is I pulled out this trim up here, which comes out without any screws or anything. First you start with this bezel right here. Pops out super easy, you can just do it with your fingers. Pop this one out here as well. And I did that just so that this can have a little bit better clearance right here coming out. I'm not sure if I had to actually take all that off or not, but I did. There was a 10mm bolt here and a couple more at the bottom of this panel. This is the bottom, kind of like a kick panel underneath the dash, the bottom of the dash. I did also pull out the sill and the little kick panel there. Those popped out. Actually had a 10mm plastic nut on that kick panel down there. What I'm looking at now is I'm trying to see what I can do with these switches here. So this is a pretty loaded TRD off-road. So I have all these here. Some of them I know come with a little cubby right here, a little pocket, which would have been cooler for me because I could have put that brake controller right in there. But that's not what I have. So I'm trying to see if I could maybe move a couple of these switches, get them up here, or vice versa, move these down here, and then figure out where I can cut a hole for that brake controller and make it look correct. I may have to get a piece 3D printed for it or something. But it looks like, for now, there's definitely room back here for it. Looks like there's definitely room, depth-wise, to go in there. So that's where I'm at for now. I'm gonna keep exploring. See where I end up. And if I do that, my wiring harness, plug and play harness will work. So I'm gonna try to find where the factory. It's gonna be dark down here. Okay, so with the light, see what we got here. So this is under the driver dash. And supposedly there's a plug up here somewhere. Oh, that feels like it probably is. Well, that was not the harness I was looking for. All right, back again, trying to figure out where this harness needs to plug in into my factory harness. And one important thing to mention is that you have to make sure that you already have the trailer, the tow package on your truck. So the TRD off-road, I guess most of the TRDs will come with this tow package. So it already has that wiring built into the truck. So I should be able to find this plug now under there. So here we go, second try. Oh, I see it actually. All right, there it is. I think that's the one. So that should match up to, yep, that's correct. Well, cool. Well, hey, thanks Taco Rick on YouTube. I did have to go on and check on YouTube, and here he is. Taco Rick doing it on his 2020 Toyota Tacoma. Helped me out figure out where that harness is hidden behind all that wire stuff. So now I know that my wiring harness is long enough to come to this part here. Now I just gotta figure out how I'm gonna do my little custom install here. All right, so what I decided on was to cut this top part out on that panel, sink this in there, and I'm gonna preserve these little, I don't know what they're called, placeholders that the switches were in. And I'm actually gonna transplant them over here. So right now I'm just gonna mask this off. Well, I'm gonna use duct tape because that's what I got right now. And I think I'm gonna use this like oscillating saw, and I'm gonna cut this piece out, and then I'm gonna go ahead and make a little template that's gonna actually fit the face of this. That's gonna get fiber. It's like a fiber bondo. It's Marglass. I'm gonna glass it in so it's gonna actually take shape to the shape of this, and I'm gonna respray this satin black, so it's gonna look like it was a factory setup. At least that's what I'm hoping for. All right, I'm making some progress. So I did cut that completely out. I went and test fitted in the truck. I think I'm gonna end up sticking out that much. Hang on with me, hang on with me. It's gonna look really cool. Right now it looks a little goofy. I wanna make sure that I can grab this piece down here, because that's your emergency braking situation. If your trailer gets away from you and you start getting the wobble, you can lock your brakes on the trailer and not on the truck. That's what this does. So I want to make sure that I can access this. Otherwise I would have just done a cool flush mount like that and it would have been done. But I want to be able to grab that. So I'm still trying to figure out how, far out I'm going to have it sticking. And then I'm going to use this bracket that it comes with that's supposed to be, upside down and mounted up to the bottom of the dash or something. But I'm going to see if I can use this bracket to mount it inside my piece here. And then I'm going to build my little transition. All right, so what I did was I scuffed up this plastic, so now it's really good and ruined, but you know what? I'm not worried. I know I'm gonna be able to finish it. I know it's gonna get done the way I'm envisioning it in my head. Hey, and if it doesn't, I can imagine that this piece is very expensive to replace, so I'm just gonna do it. So I grinded the bottom of this because I'm gonna bond this in here. That's gonna get bonded into this piece. This will slide in and bolt in. And then I'm gonna build this up right here so I can finish the face. So let's get, hopefully I have enough of that Marglass fiber bondo action. I found it. I hope it's good. This is definitely not for the faint of heart, because you gotta grind some of the little ears off of your switches so that they go into a different hole, because they are all marked, so only one fits into that because of the pattern that it has on it. So I am moving things around on here. So I gotta grind, and this is how the switch looks like. It's just open on that side. I didn't open that up. That's how they are on one side. That one too, but it's just black. So I gotta grind off this. There's a little ear right here. You can't see it, but it fits into a groove, except that it was up here, and now I'm gonna move it down here. This was a blank right here. Just gotta grind it. All right, so far so good. So I know that that hole's bigger, so I'm gonna have to do a little magic there, but that's okay. So this one goes here. That one used to go there. This one was up here. I relocated it down here. Had to grind one tab off right there. Tab, that's what it's called, not an ear. Anyway, that one's gonna go there. This is gonna be the front view. I'm gonna line it up a little bit better. I gotta clearance the bottom of that a little bit, and then I'm gonna fill in that top. And then I'm still working towards getting this thing in here, right there. But right now I'm waiting for this to cure. It's already kicked, so this is gonna be my bracket that I'm gonna mount it to. It's gonna go in from the front. Still be removable if I have to replace it or something, but it's gonna have to be the exact same one because it's gonna be molded to fit, so yeah, so anyway, that's the progress so far. All right, check it out, making some progress on that third hole on the right there. That's the filler that I put in front to back. I kind of had to rebuild that the proper shape because it was a little taller and a little rounder at the bottom corners here, so I had to get that grinded out and shaped up. So here's how it looks when this pops in there. Okay, that's one. There it is. And then this is the third one. That's what it's going to look like in the truck. So that's functional. That's functional. That's functional. One thing that kind of becomes irrelevant when you're doing something so custom, you know, I mean, this is a one-off piece. I really like it. You know, this is how I want to do it. I don't want to mount it on the bottom of my dash. I have no idea how much time I spent on this right now. I probably spent 2 hours on this little piece so far already, and I'm not even probably halfway there. So, you know, it's going to take some time, but I really feel that when I'm done with this, it's going to be a really cool looking piece. And more so, it's going to be really functional and out of my way, out of my view kind of, you know, place or piece. So, all right, next, I'm going to go ahead and masking tape off this brake controller. And I'm going to build this up with this fiberglass resin. And I'm going to start shaping it. And man, I really want to just get this thing done tonight, paint it black, let it dry. I can pop it in, and my wiring's all done already on the truck. And I'll be done. I'm gonna let this thing kick here for probably about 10 minutes. I think it's gonna be pretty good at that point. Then I might shave some of it off, and I'm gonna mix another batch up, go for my second and hopefully final piece. And then I'm really hoping that I can pull this thing out of there, because if I can't, I'm gonna be bummed. All right, I wish you guys could feel it. This thing is hot right now, so it's kicking, hardening right now. So it's still not fully hard at this point, so I'm gonna use a 40 grit, and I'm gonna start sanding some of it, start shaping it, you know, to the shape that I'm hoping to end up with, and then I'm gonna go for another layer here in a little bit. This is how you build custom stuff. Nothing off the shelf for this thing that I know of that can fit this trailer brake controller into the dash anywhere. So the thing is, don't send through the tape into the controller, because that's not going to be able to get fixed. So stay down here. Ha! It's definitely hot. It's that hot that it's literally burning my hand if I hold it too long. I'm just going for general shape right now, not going to get too crazy on it. Now, by the way, this is not a how-to video. I always say that. We always say that with the guys here at Maniacs Garage. It's not a how-to video, but it's more like a encourage you video, you know? No piece, you know, that you can buy for it. You can try making it. You can try making it. So far, I'm not really into this thing very much. I think that quart of kitty hair fiber filler, I can't talk. It's probably about 30 bucks, 20 bucks, I don't know. But I've been using it a bunch. I used it on the center console of the 49 Ford BMW project. I did quite a bit of shaping with this before the upholstery got put on it. So it goes a long way. Alright, sorry I couldn't get this on camera. Apparently the battery was getting hot, or the camera was getting hot or something, and it told me to turn off, or it turned off. But anyway, I got this thing out of here. I wiggled it out. It's not at its final stage yet, but I was scared that I'm not gonna be able to get it out later once I put more on here. So I'm gonna take this tape off because it's already leaving marks all over this thing, but some denatured alcohol will probably clean it without messing up the writing on this thing. I should be able to get this thing in and out from the front. It's pretty tight. I mean, it came out of here, so it's gonna go back in, but man, it's tight. I wonder where I can clean it up a little bit, just to give it a little more room. getting late, I'm getting tired. But this is after the second run at it. Really starting to take shape. But what's happening now is more tedious work, sanding with this 40 grit. All right, so this is another day. It's Labor Day weekend, so got a couple extra days here, a little bit longer weekend. So I couldn't finish the other night, but I got it pretty far. So that was I got the final, or not the final, I got the general shape of it. This was with that fiber bondo. And check it out, this is how it kind of looks right now. So that's kind of what it's gonna look like. So that's all built up. It's about almost an inch right there. And what I'm working on now is I've sprayed it with primer one time, because what ends up happening is there's a bunch of little pinholes. That's what they are, pinholes. Some actual sandable, buildable primer. And now I'm just sanding with 320. And I gotta admit, I probably have a couple hours into this thing so far in just shaping this. And now I'm probably gonna have another hour in sanding this. So it does take time, but this is gonna be a one-off piece and it's gonna look cool. So I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep sanding this, priming it, you know, maybe a couple more times, letting it dry and sanding it just to get all the little pinholes out. And then I'm gonna spray it with a black texture coat that I got, and I gotta go find it. I don't know where I put it right now, but I'm gonna spray it with the black texture coat and it's gonna look just like the factory piece. I'm gonna sit this out in the sun, let it dry, and I'm gonna sand it one more time.
24 hours later.
Whoa, it's pretty hot. I'm pretty tired. This took way longer than I hoped, but man, look how cool this thing looks though. Sprayed it with the texture coat. I already put the brake controller in. All I have left now is to put a few switches in. Make sure I don't put them upside down. They can only go in one way. Traction control. This is the AC for that outlet. And this is my relocated switch, which is my front view camera. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and install it, plug it all in, and I think I'm gonna be done. Let's go. All right, let's just plug everything in. All right, brake controller, nice harness that connects to the factory setup. Now I gotta figure out all the other ones. All right, cool, they're all plugged in. Let's see. Moment of truth. All right, here's the finished product. It's all installed. You guys tell me, what does it look like? I'd say it looks pretty dang sweet. Still have access to the emergency braking situation underneath it. There it goes. Whew! All right, well, it's pretty hot and sunny out here, but if you guys made it this far, you must be interested in this brake controller for the Tacoma. There's a couple other cool videos out there where guys have just, you know, hooked it up. I took it a step further. I did a custom install. I hope you guys liked this video, and if you did, please give us a thumbs up, leave a comment, and make sure you guys are subscribed, and I will see you guys in the next one. God bless you all.